Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, welcome to our first video series on phonetics. In this video, we will learn phonetics. Have you ever wondered how we produce speech sounds? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today. We'll break down what phonetic is, its different branches, and why it's such an important part of linguistics and language learning. Let's explore it. So, what is phonetics? Simply put, it's the study of speech sounds. That is, how we make them, how they travel through the air, and how we hear them. But wait, isn't that just the same as phonology? Not quite. Phonetics focuses on the physical side of sounds, while phonology looks at how these sounds function within a language. Think of phonetics as the science of sounds, and phonology as how those sounds create meaning. For example, in English, the words pat and bat only differ by one sound, p and b. But they mean completely different things. That's phonology in action. Phonetics, let's talk about phonetics now. Phonetics has three main branches, and each one focuses on different aspects of speech sounds. First, we have articulatory phonetics, which looks at how we physically produce sounds. That is what our tongue, lips, and vocal cords are doing. For example, when you say t in top and d in dog, your tongue touches the same spot, but one sound is voiceless and the other is voiced. Then there's acoustic phonetics, which is all about sound waves, and their properties. Things like the frequency and pitch. And finally, we have auditory phonetics, which examines how we actually hear and interpret speech sounds. Have you ever noticed how native speakers can easily distinguish between sounds that learners struggle with? That's part of auditory phonetics. Okay, so why should we care about phonetics? Well, for one, it's super helpful for language learners, in which we get to know those tricky pronunciation, right? For instance, many English learners struggle with the difference between R and O, like in rice and lice. It's also essential in speech therapy, in helping people improving their articulations. And if you've ever used voice assistants like Siri or Google Assistants, I'm sure you do, phonetics is what makes them work. Without phonetics, those AI systems wouldn't understand us at all. And now let's take a look at the practical applications of phonetics. It isn't just for linguists. It's used in so many real-life areas. Teachers, they use it to help students with pronunciation. Tech companies, they rely on it for voice recognition software. And researchers use it to study different accents and dialects. Have you ever noticed how people from different regions pronounce the same word differently? Take a look at this example. In the UK, people might say bath with a long ah sound, while in the US, it's often a short bath. That's phonetics in action. Let's test your ears. Listen carefully to these two words, bit and beat. Can you hear the difference? Bit and beat. The only thing that changes is the vowel sound. These are called minimal pairs. That is, words that differ by just one sound. Another example is ship and sheep. recognizing minimal pairs is super useful when learning a new language. All right, let's wrap up. We've learned that phonetics is all about speech sounds. That is how we make them, how they travel, and how we hear them. We also covered its three main branches and how phonetics is applied in the real world, for language learning to AI. So next time you hear someone speaking in a different accent or language, you might think about the fascinating science behind those sounds. Thank you, and I hope this lesson helped you understand the basics of phonetics. In our next video, we'll take a closer look at articulatory phonetics. We will explore how our vocal organs work to produce different sounds. See you there! Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.